How many points or coordinates can Google Earth load? I'm going to do a test. Here I have 5 KML files. These 5 KML files contain 10,000 points, 20,000 points, 50,000 points, 100,000 points, and 1 million points. Let's get started. I'm going to load the 10,000 or 0.01 million points. Let's launch Google Earth. This is my Google Earth Pro. As you can see, I unchecked my place. It was checked, and also I only load the borders and terrain. You can also disable terrain if you don't want it. Globally, usually we don't need terrain. If you zoom in, you probably need to load the terrain to make them prettier to look at. And also I disabled the atmosphere. It was checked by default, but I disabled it. I'm gonna let you know my computer CPU. Some powerful computers can probably have better performance. My computer is 8 cores. It's i7-4710HQ 2.5G. And my graphic card is 4th generation Intel. My computer's memory is 15G, and that's Linux. So I'm gonna start top to see what program is using the CPU resources and memory resources. As you can see here, the CPU and memory. Let's look at the Google Earth. Google Earth is here, 6973. Now recently it's using very low CPU and memory. I need to show you guys my Google Earth Pro. I think that's the latest version, 7.3.6.9345. 64-bit graphic drivers, it's Intel. I'm working on Linux. Renderer, it's OpenGL. That's Google Earth Pro. Let's load the 10,000 point first. Let's see how smoothly it's gonna be. 10,000 or 0.01 million points. Choose it, open it. Okay, it's not bad. I think it's kind of smoothly, right? A little bit. These are my 10,000 points. Okay, my computer can load this Google Earth Pro software can load 10,000 points or coordinates smoothly on my computer, and I'm happy. It's kind of powerful, right? That's 10,000 points. Okay, it's like a global data. I can show you the generally the data distribution. Okay. So to generate 10,000 points KML file, you can go to my YouTube channel to watch a video called how to create a KML file with 1 million points or coordinates in a second. So in that video, you can know how to quickly generate or create such a KML file with so many points. So this one, 10,000 points, very smoothly. I'm gonna discard it. Okay. So I'm gonna close it, and I'm gonna relaunch Google Earth again, so we can have a fresh start. All right. Second, I'm gonna load 20,000 or 0.02 million points. Let's see how it goes. Choose it, open. Okay, a little bit. I feel a little bit harder to load it, right? This time, as you can see, it's not that smoothly, and let's see how it goes. I still can drag the Google Earth, and I can zoom in, no problem, but with a little bit delay. I can still drag. I can see the tags of each point. That's 20,000 points. Still smoothie. I'm happy to see it. It's still smoothly to work with 20,000 points or coordinates at a time. Okay. Global data. If you zoom out, it's much easier to drag. Okay, pretty good. I like it. Okay, that's 20,000 points or coordinates loaded smoothly by Google Earth on my computer. Now I'm gonna exit again. I'm gonna try the 50,000 points loading. Let's discard it and let's exit, and then we're gonna have a fresh start again. As you can see, this time exiting takes more time. I'm gonna relaunch it. Alright, let's open 50,000 points or coordinates this time. Choose the 0.05 million KML file, points, open. A little bit delay. Seems like taking more time than the last two times. Okay, still loading. No problem. Let me zoom in. No problem. Zoom in, still working. A little bit delay. I can feel it's harder for G to load it, and that's 50,000 points or coordinates loaded by Google Earth at one time. Okay, it's now I'm dragging it. As you can see, it's harder to drag it, and it's delay. See, it's not moving. Okay. That's 50,000 points or coordinates. When you zoom in, it's even harder to drag the Earth. But at least it's working. It's just taking more time to load or to render. I still want to drag it, but it's not reacting. So as you can see, it's getting harder and harder to load more points, especially here, 50,000 points at one time. Okay. Or coordinates loaded into Google Earth at one time. It's still rendering. When I drag it, it's still not reacting. I want to zoom out. Zoom out is not reacting immediately. Basically, it's really hard for my computer to for my GE on my computer to load 50,000 points or coordinates at one time. As you can see, it's hard to work with GE. I try to zoom out, but it takes like a few seconds. If you zoom out, it seems easier to drag the Earth. If you zoom in, it's getting harder. almost frozen. That's US. See, zoom out. I can still drag it. That's South America. If you zoom out, you can still drag the Earth with 50,000 points or coordinates. No problem. If you don't zoom in too much, you can still work with 50,000 points at one time. Let's close it. Exit. Discard. I guess it's taking more time to exit. 50,000 points. It took about 2 minutes 13 seconds to exit Google Earth Pro. On my computer, finally, relaunch Google Earth Pro again. Now, this time I'm going to load 100,000 points at one time, or 0.1 million points or coordinates at one time. Load it into Google Earth. Choose its file, open it. Okay, let's see how it goes. It's kind of frozen, not reacting, but let's wait. To make GE oh, okay, it's working. That's 100,000 coordinates. I don't want to zoom in, I just want to drag the Earth, because zoom in, when you zoom in, it's getting harder to drag the Earth. I just want to show you the points. That's 0.1 million points or coordinates, or 100,000 points. Loaded into Google Earth Pro at one time. Okay, as you can see, I didn't zoom in. I dragged it twice. It's still okay. Finally, okay. At least it's reacting, but sometimes got a few delays. Come on. It's hard to work with 100,000 points with Google Earth Pro on my computer. It's not reacting. I tried to drag it, but it's not. It's frozen. Okay, that's 100,000 points. For me, I won't. I shouldn't load 100,000 points onto Google Earth Pro on my computer. If I want to work with 100,000 points or coordinates at one time, I need a better performance computer or high-end computer. At least this computer cannot work with so many points at one time with Google Earth. Still not reacting, and okay, so it's getting harder and harder, getting more difficult to work with so many points, especially. Okay, it's reacting. That's Australia. Okay, at least this time I can drag it. Okay, that's Asia. Okay, Europe. I can see Europe. There are many points are located in Europe. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to close the program, Google Earth. I clicked on the file, but it's not reacting. It's almost really difficult to work on Google Earth if you load 100,000 points at one time into Google Earth. Alright, okay, finally the down list it shows up. I'm gonna click on exit. Okay, it's so slow. It's so slow. Look at this. It's frozen. All right. Click discard. After I click on discard, it's not reacting. 100,000 points. 8 minutes, 21 seconds later, Google Earth is still frozen. So I decided to directly kill the program, the process, the task, Google Earth. Google Earth. Bing. Okay, I killed it. Let's relaunch Google Earth again. It's a fresh start. This time I'm gonna load 1 million points. That's the last. That's a file. Are you ready? I'm gonna open it. Let's see how much time to take to load the 1 million points here. Click, open. 24 minutes, 50 seconds later. Okay, finally it opened 1 million points. I think I cannot drag the sphere. So as you can see, it's oh, I can see. Let's try to drag. No reacting. But it's loaded. It takes so many minutes. It's still rendering the points. I'm glad I caught this moment. Okay, it takes so many minutes. All right, it's still rendering. That's it. Anyway, we cannot work with 1 million points with Google Earth, but I showed you guys how many minutes my computer takes to render 1 million points on Google Earth. Alright, thank you for watching.